What's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the first video in a series of palette reviews, and the palettes I am referring to are the new ones from LORAC. These are all inspired by the state of California, and in particular the city of Los Angeles. It's hot in here like it is in California. Woo! If you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know that I am a huge fan of a lot of the LORAC eyeshadow palettes and products, and I already have probably every known palette that LORAC has ever put out. I do have the two unzipped palettes in my hand right now. One is the gold and one is the original unzipped palette, and these ones are definitely well loved. And the reason I am showing you these ones here is because these were the first unzipped palettes that LORAC ever came out with, right before they started with these Los Angeles inspired ones. For Canadians, these palettes are quite expensive. I believe I paid $50+ for them from Ulta. If you are living in the US and paying with American dollars, well, damn, you're lucky, because it is a little more affordable for you. So there were three of the larger palettes that came out. One is called Ocean Sunset, the other is called Desert Sunset, and the third one is called Mountain Sunset, I believe. But when I was on the Ulta website, the Mountain Sunset one had already been sold out, so I wasn't able to get my hands on it, unfortunately. And I believe the LORAC website itself doesn't ship to Canada, so I'm SOL unless I start driving around the States trying to find an Ulta that still has this available in stores. If it is actually available in stores, that I need to check. In addition to those larger palettes, they also came out with small little mini versions as well. Of course, inspired by California again. There's one called Downtown LA and another one called Venice Beach, and in here you just have some smaller pans with a blush as well as a highlight. Part one of this series will be focusing on the Ocean Sunset palette in particular. First of all, I love this packaging. I love the colors and how they blend into one another. Beautiful purples and blues that fade into oranges, pinks, and yellows and golden tones. The one thing I will say, before I drop this palette, God forbid I drop that palette, it's like flushing $50 down the toilet. This packaging, when you open it, it's got these really strange folds in them that I'm not quite sure what to do with. If you know what to do with them, please leave a comment in the comment section below. But for me, they kind of look decorative, I guess. I don't know. I normally fold this back anyways and just focus on the gems that are found inside. I should also mention, inside of this box, you don't just get the eyeshadow palette, but you do get a mini LORAC eye primer. This is the behind the scenes eye primer. It is one of my favorites, and I love that they always throw in one of these in the eyeshadow palette, so definitely hang on to it and use it. Inside the palette, you do have 10 eyeshadows, half of which are matte and the other half which are duochromes and metallics. At first glance, these eyeshadows look pretty standard. There's nothing special about them, but once you start swatching them and applying them to your eyes, they are stunning. I did use this palette here to create the eye look that I am wearing today, and I love how it turned out. The color that I was most drawn to in this particular palette was Saltwater right up here. I love how beautiful it looks, the iridescence that it exudes. In the pan, it does look green, but then when you do swatch it, it does have a beautiful yellow and white shift to it. It looks like sea foam. It is stunning. It's something that I think mermaids would go crazy for. The formula of these eyeshadows here is identical to that of the ones that are found in the unzipped palettes. They are beautiful and creamy and smooth, very pigmented, easy to work with. Some of the metallic shadows, though, I did find had a little bit of fallout. Definitely Saltwater had some of that fallout. The way that I tried to avoid it was by wetting my brush and then going in and applying the shadow. Not only did it intensify the color and the duochromosity, I don't even know if that's a word. If it is, boom, I just invented it. If you don't wet your brush, you are gonna get some fallout on your cheeks. So my advice would be to either do your eye look first and then go in with your foundation and your powders, and then just do a little bit of baking under your eyes, and you can just wipe everything away afterwards, or just wet your brush or apply a glitter glue primer on your eyelid and you'll be fine, no big deal. The matte eyeshadows in this palette are stunning. They are so pigmented, but I love how easily everything blended out. And I don't know if you guys can see this really clearly, but I ended up using Horizon, which is this beautiful sort of darkish orange, but it's still quite bright, and I put that right in my crease as my transition color, and then I took it all the way up almost to my brow bone because I really wanted this beautiful blown out sort of sunset look. And underneath that I ended up using High Tide, which is a nice deeper purple, and I put that right into my crease and I blended it in with Horizon, and I think it looks beautiful, the gradient that it has created. It's really hard to bugger up a metallic shadow, but I will say some of them were a little bit harder in the pan than others were. So they're not the buttery creamy ones that you would normally expect in their pro palettes, but they are still beautiful and easy to work with. Let's break this palette down now color by color. We're gonna start off with Mother of Pearl. Mother of Pearl is a beautiful iridescent pearly white color. This is great for underneath your brow bone to do a little bit of highlighting, inner corner highlight of your eye. It is such a stunning color. Hopefully you guys can see that there. It is a little bit on the transparent side, but you can definitely build this up and get a lot of luminosity out of it if that's what you're looking for. Next to Mother of Pearl is Saltwater, and Saltwater is by far my favorite color in this palette. I love how beautiful it applies to the lid. I love the color. It is so unique. It's unlike anything that I have in my collection, period. Next to Saltwater, we have Ocean Floor, and Ocean Floor is almost your standard sort of bronze color. It is very, very beautiful, kind of reminds you of the beach and the sand underneath the water, so it is aptly named. This one is very buttery and creamy. It's just beautiful. It's your standard metallic shadow. Next, we've got another favorite of mine. It is Horizon. It's that beautiful matte orange tone color. I love using this in the crease as a transition color. This would even be great all over the lid if you just want a really nice wash of color. Sea Urchin is next. It's right at the end of the palette, and this is your standard metallic purple color. It is beautiful for all over the lid if you want to create a darker smoky eye. It is nice and creamy, buttery, very easy to work with, and super pigmented. Moving down to the second row, we're going to start right here with Bedrock, and Bedrock is a standard brown color. It is a beautiful, beautiful matte, very creamy, and I love again how pigmented it is. Absolutely stunning. It is a more of a cool tone brown, so if you do prefer cool tone shades, this will be right up your alley. Sundown is next, and Sundown is another one of the matte colors, and this one is a bit of a lighter purple than what High Tide is, and I'm actually going to swatch High Tide as well right next to it because I want you to see how they look next to each other, because in the pans they actually look really similar, and I had that thought when I first saw this. I was like, why are there two almost identical colors in this palette? Didn't make any sense until I swatched them, and then I saw that there is a difference. So we've got Sundown here and High Tide right up here. So you can see that Sundown is just a little bit of a lighter hued purple tone color, and then High Tide is more of your deeper mauve tone purple. It is a stunning color. Both mattes are very, very easy to work with. I did use High Tide all over my lids today in my crease, and I use it to create the halo eye that I am wearing. I love, love, love it. And right in the middle of the bottom row, we have Sandbar, which is a beautiful gold metallic shadow. You know how I feel about a good gold shadow. It is nice and creamy, easy to work with. There isn't any fallout with this one, so it's great for all over the lid, and you won't have to worry about cleaning up any shimmer on your cheeks. And finally, the last color in this palette is Stingray, and Stingray is a nice sort of deep purpley blue matte color. I am obsessed with this one. Again, I don't think I have anything like this color in my eyeshadow collection. This is one of those really unique colors. I use this color in my lower lash line today, so it is smudged out. I also used it to line my upper lash line just to hide my lash band today. But it is one of those beautiful, unique colors. Again, super pigmented, very easy to blend out. out, and I just love, love, love the tone of it. It is stunning. All in all, I give this palette 2 thumbs up. I think it is stunning. Everyone should pick this up for their collection. It does have really unique colors, and you can create a variety of different looks. They are a little more on the cool tone side, so that's just one thing that I should probably tell you about, but I also think most of the world has more warmer tone palettes anyways, so this is going to give you something a little bit different. And that's it for this review, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Make sure to also stay tuned for the next video, in which I am going to be going through the Desert Sunset palette, so that's going to be coming up very, very soon. You can connect with me on all of my social media. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I'm going to link everything for you in the description box below. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you are all having an incredible day no matter where you are in the world. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!